in case we say. All right. So what was I telling you? You had asked about I was telling you about the Canada and how I had just found when I was in Canada, it was quite tricky and the sales weren't even really that impressive. I think the
So
US is the main market, at least to start.
for
And
Amazon specifically, right?
what's that?
You're talking about Amazon, right? Amazon Canada and Amazon versus Amazon USA.
Right, right, exactly. I mean, 95%, 90% of my sales came from Amazon US. And then
Okay.
there's just a small part that came from Canada and from Europe. Man, I'd even tried Mexico as well, and that didn't work as well.
Okay.
But I mean, it may be something for you to consider, though. I mean, you speak French.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, so that I mean, it's probably not a lot of French stuff being sold in the US, and if you could somehow appeal to the French men,
Yeah.
that would
Yeah,
be
absolutely.
that
That is
would
an
be
option. It's just like a really, really small population because it's only like the people who speak French are only like Quebec and France, and like the main like big markets would be Quebec, which is a small market, and then like it's a small market of Canada, and then the people in Quebec also speak English, so there's that, and then like the people in France as well. It gets really small, but I have looked into it. Like I am considering that.
yeah, I wonder how much it could could help because I had done the same thing with Spanish. Obviously, Spanish, there's a lot more people that speak Spanish
Yeah.
here in the States, but I had a listing in Spanish and I had keywords in Spanish. So when someone typed in, vitamin E oil in Spanish, that that
Okay. Yeah.
that that listing came up. So it may just
Okay.
be something that you could do like
Interesting.
that,
Yeah.
that just because someone may type in, I don't know what they type in, but you would know. A French male looking for these products might type that in.
Yeah. Make it sound sexy.
Yeah, exactly,
Um,
exactly, and it worked well.
yeah.
Especially if, one of the other things was I think you can set your language preference on Amazon. I don't know if French is one of them, but I wouldn't be surprised. But I'm talking about in the US. You set
Mhm.
your language preference, it would definitely default to you if the language was in, I mean, if the listing was in French.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, because in that case, I wouldn't want to put all the effort into launching into Amazon Canada and then have to relaunch to Amazon USA just to get these sales. I would rather just, the audience I'm building, my closer friends, like my audience at the moment for my personal brand and the business page is mostly people around, Quebec, Montreal. And so it's possible that for a pre-launch, I could just do the pre-launch using Shopify, but then do like a bigger launch just directly on Amazon USA and grow
Yeah,
the
I
audience
mean, yeah,
nationally rather than
yeah. I think you would use your I'm thinking that you would use your network there in Canada to kick off the initial sales and maybe get user generated content from them
yeah,
and testimonials and things like that. But the big kickoff would be in the US because
yeah,
it's also it, sending product to Canada can be expensive, the
yeah,
customs and things like that. So I think US, if you had to focus on one thing, it would be on US,
yeah,
and you could run all of, and I mean focus on Amazon US, and then you
yeah,
could just make the Shopify perhaps just your Canada for your local family and
yeah,
friends that are buying. You could use Shopify for that.
yeah. And if I have the option to like maybe lose money, but like offer Canadians free shipping from Amazon USA, that might also still be an option because of course Canadians we can also shop from Amazon USA. It's just there's the whole conversion thing and
Yeah,
something is more expensive, but I'm sure there's a way around that.
yeah,
But I
yeah.
think the goal really is USA.
Yeah, I would say so. I don't know about the offering the free ship. I mean, you would just have to see how much it costs, I guess. It just seems like it would be
Yeah.
quite expensive to do that. It would almost be better, just depending on what you would be charging for the shipping, because we could mail the stuff from the US to Canada for you, but it may make more sense for us to send you, some in bulk that you would
Yeah, in bulk.
fulfill.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
I mean,
I think
you wouldn't want to fulfill the US orders, but I think the Canada orders, there could be a lot. I just don't think there will be a ton of them, and you might be able to handle that yourself.
exactly. So it's like for Canadian orders, I could just receive in bulk and find a way to ship them out myself. And then for US orders, I can deal with, I can have you handle it with
Right,
warehouse.
either us or Amazon FBA. Yeah,
I can send it to Amazon FBA USA, and that definitely sounds like a solution.
yeah, yeah.
I one thing I was thinking about, like it's something that Ryan mentioned in one of our calls. He was talking about um, asking manufacturers whether they like for the formula development, what happens with the ownership of the formula? Do they give it to you, or do the manufacturers keep it, or is there like a fee to sell the formula?
Yes, that a lot of people are asking me about that lately. It's interesting. I need to find a way to work that into my the stuff that I put out there. It's perfect. So the formula itself, the recipe itself, does belong to us until, and you have exclusive rights to it while you're manufacturing with us. But then if you want that formula and you want to take it somewhere else and have it manufactured somewhere else, the fee is $10,000 to do that. But
Okay.
it's yours as long as you are with us. No one else is going to use it. It's proprietary to you, and and we don't have to worry about that because you're going to stick with us the whole time. And
Exactly.
then until you sell your company, and whoever you sell your company to will continue to work with us. So we won't ever have to worry about that $10,000. Or when you're selling $300,000 a month, $10,000 will be something you'll give us as a tip one time for Christmas.
Exactly. Christmas bonuses.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Okay, yeah, that's awesome. So okay, yeah, that's really cool. Like I don't, like you said, it's like I don't think I will need to keep looking at other manufacturers like take the formula. I mean, like I said, it's like if I sell the business, that's like a whole different thing. People who want to like bring down costs, like change manufacturers and stuff, but that's like way far out.
Yeah, yeah. Are you feeling stuck now at all?
Am I feeling stuck now? Honestly, I think so far as like starting the like the business and building the content, filming the content, posting it, and like the whole process of uh building a business, my where I was getting stuck was simply just contacting manufacturers. It was simply like a mental blockage of, oh, like contacting manufacturers, and are they going to take me seriously, and are they going to like, what are the challenges I'm going to have? And it was more
Yeah,
like a either fear of failure or fear of success, whatever it was. But I delayed contact emailing you for like a very long time, and then I like one day I just said, okay, let's just do it. So other than that, that was like more of like a mental hurdle, and it was almost like imposter syndrome. Other than that, it's more about figuring out the finances, which I'm not worried about at the moment. I know I have like ways to gather the money and just have my own savings too. So currently there aren't many hurdles I'm seeing. It's more about I want to make sure I'm documenting the process, and which is why I was like super open to filming this.
yeah, yeah. And you're intimidated by emailing me. Is there anything that I can do to make people not feel intimidated?
Um,
Maybe this recording or something might help, like,
yeah, absolutely. So I mean, I
yeah,
actually have the website open because I was looking at it, and like there isn't there's only like a few pages,
you
but
said you're looking at what? What are you looking at?
the website, your website,
Oh,
because I
yeah.
remember I was looking at it even after I emailed you, and I was trying to see like what services you have, and I didn't find as much information on it. Um, but I think it has more to do with like showing like on like the main page, just showing like, oh, we're here to help you like start from scratch and do everything, because I know it's written somewhere,
Yeah.
but it wasn't I think it was like in services or some other page. but honestly, I think like after I emailed you, I think that was just more of a mental hurdle for me because after I emailed you, you replied. I think you were one of the first ones to reply back, on a Saturday or a Sunday. So after that, I think it seemed it was like I didn't feel nervous anymore. I mean, I
Yeah.
was nervous at the beginning of this call as well. I think you can tell from my voice at the beginning versus how it is now.
Yeah, no, I didn't notice that you were nervous. Maybe I'll go back and watch the thing. No, you seemed great. It seemed just perfect. I know that it can be a little bit intimidating because I don't know. You think you're talking to somebody in a suit that knows what they're talking about, and like you said, are they going to take me serious? And I know because that was me too. But I just try to keep it on my end. I think I just try to keep it light and chat
Yeah.
with what I know, and try to make you feel at ease.
Yeah. I guess one of the other like if I'm thinking about just in terms of like the manufacturing and the product development, sorry. I'm the only maybe worry I have on my mind is more about like the licensing and the FDA stuff and the NHP stuff because so that yeah, that's like one thing that I have on my mind because I know when it comes to like sunscreen, which is considered a natural health product, and I don't know if like the FDA is going to cause trouble and stuff. So that's definitely something that's on my mind. If it was just like a purely cosmetic thing, I know it's like a lot easier. But because I want to integrate SPF in it, that is like something I have on my mind.
Yeah.
Whether it's going to take
Have you considered not introducing the hardest thing the very first product?
yeah, I mean like I like after learning about all this licenses and stuff, I did think about it maybe just like even just like a few days ago. I was thinking about like what if it's too big of an issue, could I get like rid of the sunscreen? And yeah, that is a possibility because it would still like the moisturizer, the morning moisturizer would still have like the retinol and the vitamin C, the hyaluronic acid. So it would be like it would still be good enough as like a moisturizer.
Be
But then
great,
you
yeah.
still need like the sunscreen is a really important step because that's what protects your skin from sun damage over the
Yeah,
year.
yeah,
Because this like 80 to 90% of signs of aging are simply caused by sun damage.
yeah,
It's like the number one thing we need to be using.
yeah. I'm not trying to convince you not to do it, I'm just talking. Have the people that you've talked to about it, or maybe you could talk to people about it and see how important that is to
Yeah.
them, because it may be more important to you than it is to them. But
Yeah.
I understand the sun is just wreaks havoc
Yeah.
on your skin.
Like a couple of things people have told me about like sunscreen is like they just don't use sunscreen because like they either like it's either like they find it's too many steps, like oh moisturizer and a sunscreen, like it doesn't make sense to them, or it's they don't like how it feels. Like they put on the sunscreen and it's either like oily or like it leaves the white cast or something. So
Yeah,
and actually for men, it's like if you have facial hair, like a beard or something, you don't want some white stuff staining your beard.
yeah, yeah, for
That's
sure.
chemical sunscreens, and it also works with darker skin tones because um, physical sunscreens like zinc oxide or whatever,
Yeah,
it always shows that you have some like something white on your face, even at like my skin tone, which is like tan.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, it definitely is. It does add a lot of challenges for
Hmm.
sure. But those people who said they don't even worry about it, I'm wondering if they would care if it wasn't in there.
Yeah.
And you could consider coming out with a second version. I had two, one with and one without, just to give people the option.
Okay.
Um, but I came out with them both at the same time. I'm just a little bit concerned also about you talk about the health product in Canada
Yeah.
and what all that entails. And so it may be worth thinking how you can at least start easier and not harder,
Hmm.
not make things harder on yourself.
Yeah. Although it's possible that it won't be an issue when you're just starting off really early. It may be one of those problems that like people like the government or whatever looks into as you grow, and considering it's like you're manufacturing from the United States, maybe the laws are completely different, and so I can sell something that's manufactured in the States without an NHP license to in Canada. I think the NHP license is something for manufacturers in Canada. But like I said, like
Oh,
I look more into it and I'll keep you updated too
yeah, yeah.
about but yeah,
And then check on Amazon. Either I think you could reach out to someone on Amazon. Do you have an Amazon account yet, by any chance?
yeah, I do.
Yeah, I think you could reach out to their support and they might help. Or you could even create a listing. Because someone told me about this trick, but I've never done it before. You create a listing, but you don't activate it, but you have all the information there. So you would put the title in SPF 50 and tell about the product, don't activate it. But then the bots still crawl it, and then they will let you know if there has a problem before you even go live on it.
Hmm.
So maybe
Okay.
that's something you could try just to see if you get any flags or if they're asking for anything, or you know,
Yeah.
and the I don't think that the people that bought my SPF are still selling SPF, or I would check. I
Okay.
think they stopped it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, otherwise, like in terms of like a product with and without, it could be like, the daytime, which has an SPF, and then if you're using a nighttime cream, it doesn't have an SPF, but it still has the other ingredients like
Yeah.
retinol and vitamin C and niacinamide, maybe.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly. Except if you're not going to come out with the SPF at first, then you wouldn't want to call the other one a night cream. You'd want them to
yeah,
use that during the day.
yes. Okay. Yeah, that's yeah, it's simply something I'm gonna look into and learn more about. You mentioned like since you mentioned like having an Amazon account, I was wondering like I recently learned about something called well, it was a meeting with the Turnkey. Do you know the company that
Uh-huh. Yep. Yep.
yeah, it was a meeting with them and they're talking about how it's really important to get um something called brand registry or brand registration.
Uh-huh.
um in like so that you have more so you can create better listings and stuff. Is that something you know about or you've done in the past?
Yeah. So brand registry it's really important. It's almost mandatory nowadays. But
Yeah,
so in order to get brand registered, you have to have a trademark.
yeah,
And then once you have the trademark, then you apply for brand registry. They want to see a few things, like make sure it's a real product and all that
yeah,
painful stuff, but you just have to do it.
yeah.
And then it gives you access to different features. It gives you access to some really great reporting. It gives you access to the enhanced brand content and A plus content. And I think it gives you access to the Vine program. So, and it one of the reasons that you have to have it is because let's say you start up this, Sigma Vanity, and
Hmm.
then you aren't brand registered, then somebody in 6 months from now comes and says they want to be Sigma Vanity and they get themselves brand registered, then you
Yeah,
can't use it anymore, and you're the one who did it first.
yeah. Okay.
So they actually own the brand Sigma Vanity on Amazon. So yeah, it's really, really important to
Yeah.
to have, and it just gives you access to some features that you would definitely want,
Awesome. Okay.
including video. You can't have video on on your listing unless you're brand registered,
Okay. Like those short videos with the along with the product images.
along with the images.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. So going further into that, so like the trademarking, do you have experience? Have you helped brands uh done their trademarking or like is the trademarking um like have you prepared the documents for trademarking a brand or like a product?
I have, well, when I say have, that have is in quotation marks. All of this is part of our done for you service as well, but there are a la carte. I guess you could get a la carte stuff.
Okay, okay.
And so we have a patent attorney that we work with to do it. So I haven't written the stuff personally, because I don't know how. But our trademark attorney has and does.
Okay, all right. That's good to know. So because when launching in Canada, if it's just using Shopify, then it's not going to be an important thing. But when I want to launch on Amazon USA, that's definitely something that I'm gonna have to look into and get everything trademarked.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And another reason for the pre-sales,
Yeah,
if you can get people to give you money ahead of time, you can get them to fund all this stuff for you.
yeah, absolutely. So yeah, the pre-sale strategy is something I'm looking more and more into because everybody's like, yes, absolutely. Everybody that has some experience, they're all saying, yeah, absolutely do pre-sales, get the money so you can like reiterate, improve the formulations, have money for the patenting and everything. So I'm gonna lean more into that.
Yeah. Are you said you're documenting your journey. Are you doing it every day?
Not every day. I mean, whenever I like, because I'm also like a full-time university student in engineering.
Uh,
So whenever I'm working on the business, so whether it's like sending out emails or like having these calls, whenever I'm working on the business, I try to record a little something.
yeah. Okay, no, that's great. That is great.
But as the manufacturing like process gets started, it's going to be a lot easier because then there's going to be the constant communication, showing the samples, showing that I've contacted manufacturers, sharing like parts of this video. There's also just going to be like sharing just behind the scenes, the mental hurdles, sharing like skincare tips. So it's going to be a lot more content going out, and also emailing the email list that is being built along the way for the pre-launch.
Yeah. No. And how big is the email list?
So far it's just like about like 20 people.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Ryan said like as long as you have like 100 to 200 people, like you'll be good to go because that especially if you're using Amazon, like getting like 50 to 100 sales on the first day gets the ball rolling.
Right. Yeah, no, it's so true. And how are you collecting those email addresses?
So in all my social media, I have a link in the bio that goes directly to the squeeze page. And so it's just like a simple squeeze page. Like the headline is Get Hollywood Celebrity Skin for Busy Men in Just One Step. And there's a few bullet points and collecting the email for pre-launch.
I got it. What's that website?
It's launch.sigmavanity.com. Launch.sigmavanity.com. So you can
Got it.
real
How'd you come up with Sigma Vanity name? That's the brand name, Sigma Vanity?
uh yeah, that's the branding so far. So Sigma is like one of like the meme terms for like how there's an alpha male who's like at the top of the hierarchy, and then there's Sigma male who is like who has the characteristics of like an alpha male but is outside of the hierarchy. So it's more of like the lone wolf, the introverted masculine man. And vanity has to do with just taking care of appearances. So it's supposed to be a bit of like a joke, like vanity. Like we're obviously not vain, but it's to make sure we know we're talking about appearances. And also like having an engineering background, Sigma to me, it also means like having the sum of everything I've learned about vanity or improving your appearances. So Sigma Vanity is the sum of everything I've learned about improving your appearances and helping other people do the same.
Oh, wow. So there's an alpha male and there's a Sigma male.
Yeah,
That's
so like yeah, so it's like there's a whole hierarchy with like, the beta male, the alpha male, and there's like a bunch of memes on that. And on like TikTok, the Sigma male is somebody who's like he's more of like the lone wolf. He's not like the frat king or the party guy or everything or whatever. He's like the guy who's just, on his own path, doing his own thing, building his, getting in shape, going out, having a bit of a social life, but he's more of an introvert, but
mm,
he has the qualities of an alpha male. He's just not part of like that same group.
I see. Does the Sigma male get the girl?
Absolutely, yeah.
He does. And
The
he's
Sigma,
fine talking to her and all that? Or
yeah.
guy, he's fine talking to guys and girls?
Yeah, exactly. So I mean that's the whole it's also part of like where the brand will go because I guess like I am that Sigma male.
Yeah.
Like I'm engineering, introverted guy, but also very social, confident, able to talk to girls, um, good at, I have improved my appearances. So that's part of the story about showing how I went from, a skinny fat guy, not as good looking, didn't get attention from girls, but I was an intro
What's a skinny fat guy?
a skinny fat guy is when you're skinny, so you don't have muscle. Like you don't have muscle, but you also don't have abs. So it's like you may look like a skinny guy with your shirt on, but then if you take your shirt off, you have a bit of a belly.
A
You're,
skinny fat guy. Okay,
yeah.
I
So
got
it's
it.
yeah. So it's like if you're just skinny, you're just like, you don't have muscle, but oh, you're probably so skinny you can like see your abs. And then
That's
if
a
you're
good thing, right?
yeah,
Okay, good.
but if you
Thanks.
look skinny in a shirt, but you take it off and oh, it looks like you're out of shape, that's what skinny fat is. Because then you have to lose fat and gain muscle in order to like get to like a fitness model physique.
Oh, I see. Okay, so you used to be skinny fat,
Yeah.
and then this is a transformation that unfortunately you didn't document, but you could start now.
I mean, I do have like pictures, so it's like I didn't document it, but I do have like pictures and some videos of all of that. So because I remember like years ago, I had heard of the idea of like documenting and maybe sharing it, but so I was like, okay, I will like, take pictures and videos of where I'm currently at so that when I'm better, I can show the change.
Yeah,
So
it seems like a great story, and um and the skincare line would play in perfectly to that, especially
yeah,
since there's the sigma male thing, and you're the perfect geek that
yeah,
found the right way, and
yeah,
smart but can talk to girls and all that stuff, that people would love. And so it's not necessarily a skincare brand, or it could be a skincare brand,
exactly.
but it's more of a sigma male brand.
Yeah, that's the larger vision. If I'm I'm getting like passionate thinking about this, but like the bigger vision is that it's a lifestyle brand. It's for the man who wants to live that maybe bachelor lifestyle, that maybe playboy lifestyle, but in an ethical way, and um he wants to do like live that bachelor life, but in an efficient way. He doesn't want to be spending time taking care of his skin, spending time like picking out outfits and what clothes to wear, and how to like decorate his bachelor pad and all of that. So it's definitely something that can grow more into just like the brand for the Sigma male,
Yeah, yeah,
rather
no,
than
for
just
sure.
being focused on skincare, because then it just becomes another, skincare brand. Like,
Yeah,
rather than just coming out with, okay, a morning cream and a night cream and a serum, and then you're back into the whole idea of, well, now it's just a skincare brand. It's not really like the 80-20 approach to like, improving your life or improving your lifestyle.
yeah, no, it sounds so much, and you light up more when you talk about the big idea than just the skincare
Yeah.
part of it, which
Yeah.
is it's a good thing. It sounds good. And I'm sure there's plenty of people out there that it's I had never heard of that term before, but it's good because there's the I can't Andrew Tate out there, right?
Yeah.
But there's not, I don't know because I don't follow it, but
Yeah.
there needs to be some like anti Andrew Tate, but not anti, but you know what I mean? Like a little like a normal person that treats women well and
Yeah.
that calls his mom when he needs to, like that
Yeah.
guy that's just not like, oh, this
Exactly.
bitch is here to do what,
Yeah.
like unnecessary. Like you listen
I
to it and you're like, that's a little bit
Yeah, like
harsh.
I'll give you like a small example of like it's really for me in my mind, it's like the ethical playboy.
Yeah.
It's a lot of my friends, the guy friends, like they'll call girls like, oh, like oh, let's go get bitches and stuff. And I can't even call girls that. For me, it's like they're women, they're girls. I talk to them respectfully, but
Yeah.
my friends do still think that I'm one of the best at getting girls, but it's not because I'm like toxic or I'm like insulting them or degrading them. I just respect them, but I have
Yeah.
built the confidence to treat them like human beings.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah. Definitely. And I think that message needs to get out there because the one that, it's Andrew Tate that just sucks all the oxygen out of the room,
yeah,
and that's not healthy.
yeah, absolutely. So yeah, clearly like I think I can feel the energy too. I'm just more like passionate about like this larger vision, but the skincare is one step towards it.
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah.
first.
No, it sounds great. It sounds good. I mean, you have to come out with something, but the audience that you're building, is it a Sigma male audience
Yeah,
or is
so
it?
like, the headline is usually like it's for men, for busy men who want to look attractive. That's what the headline is so far. Like so, like if you're a busy man, you're an entrepreneur or you're a professional, you're busy, you're doing things with your life, but you want to improve your appearance. I may make it more specific to like men who want to, for busy men who want to get girls, or for busy men who want to attract women. It may go more towards that, but for now, it's for busy men who want to look attractive. Here's the 80-20 approach to improving your appearance.
Yeah. I the does a Sigma male know who he is?
Some of them may know, but maybe I will need to talk about it. But
Okay.
it doesn't necessarily have to be like Sigma male is getting like very, very specific. but it can also just be starting off with like you're a busy man, like you're doing things with your life and you don't want to spend 30 minutes working on taking care of your skin.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just thinking. You saying you're shying away. It seemed a little bit from being very specific, but the riches are in the niches, and so a Sigma
Yeah.
male is very specific. But there's
Yeah.
plenty of Sigma males out there for you to go after that would make you millions and millions and millions of dollars
Yeah.
if you wanted to focus in on them because they know who they. I don't know if they know who they are,
Yeah.
but it sounds like they do, and you could just call them out. The busy guy who wants to look attractive is not very specific.
Mhm.
Not that there's anything wrong with that; it's a little bit
Yeah.
broader.
Yeah, I
But
get it.
the Sigma guy, you can call him out, and he would know who he is. Or you could do one of those call outs where you identify a problem someone doesn't know that they have.
Yeah.
Like some sort of some sort of quiz or something like that, a quick question quiz that identified what kind of male you are, and then
Mhm.
you have some recommendations for them if they fall into the Sigma male. You might be a Sigma male if, blah 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 blah
Yeah.
blah. Give some make some yeah, that's me. I've never even heard of that. I think that seems like more of me as well. Like you respect people, you treat them how you'd want someone to treat you or how you'd want someone to treat your daughter. And I think the women appreciate that. Um, and so, I know, just something to think about. Don't be afraid to
Yeah.
get
No,
super niche.
okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that like when I'm gonna make another short reel soon talking about who this brand is for. And in that, I think I'll be able to go more into detail about like this is for you if you're as you consider yourself a Sigma male or you don't know you're a Sigma male yet, but you're a busy man who's maybe a little introverted. He's not the life of the not trying to be the life of the party necessarily, but you still want to have a social life. You still want to look good. You still want to attract attractive girls and get into a relationship maybe, or maybe you
Yeah,
want to live a bachelor life, but you're a busy man. You want all of this, and this is for you. I'm here to help you get all of those things without wasting your time.
yeah, yeah. No, that sounds good. It sounds really good. A Sigma male, they care how they look fashion wise too.
They could absolutely.
They could, yeah.
For me, it's like it's the more it's not like the street look. For me, it's like a little more classy, but with a bit of an edge.
Yeah,
Maybe I'll wear a dress shirt, but I'll have my earrings on, which adds a bit of edge to it. Like people, if I just wear a suit, I'll look like a totally regular guy, but with the earrings, it has a bit of an edge. It stands out a little bit.
yeah,
Having a bit of jewelry makes you stand out. So for me, that style is more like the European, a little more classy. Maybe dress shirts with a few buttons open, a nice suit, dress shoes, rather than like Air Force, like Jordans and I don't know, like colorful, oversized hoodies and all of that stuff. So
yeah,
it's
yeah,
a specific look, and I think I will be pushing that.
yeah. No, that sounds great. It sounds really good. You're on to something there for sure.
Yeah, because it's something I don't really see around anymore. If I open up a bit more, like one thing, like something that I related to recently a lot is I was watching this documentary on the Playboy magazine, the Hugh Hefner and his life story. And
Yeah,
his vision in the 1950s was very similar to that. When he created Playboy magazine, it was simply because he wanted a magazine that was for the urban male, but like talking about like the complete aspects of it, having okay, so at the time they had magazines for like truckers and like farmers and like the rugged male working on cars and talking about guns and going for golf, and though that type of male was there were some magazines for them, but there wasn't a magazine for the urban male who might work a job, wears suits, and wants to have nice things in his house. And one aspect that was missing from magazines at the time was also that as men we're also sexual beings and we're attracted to women. And so he created a magazine that related to this urban male, this modern male that had all of these interests. So in fashion, so he would talk about fashion, he would talk about cultural issues, he would talk about women, just like the whole centerfold thing. And I realized like that's kind of what Sigma Vanity is. It's for the male, the modern male who wants to live potentially want to live that bachelor lifestyle, but wants to do it in the modern way, the ethical way, being open and honest with people, and wants to do it in an efficient way. Maybe
Yeah.
doesn't have to learn about everything about skincare and learn everything about fashion, learn everything about, setting up a bachelor pad, and wants to be guided through that.
Yeah. No, it really sounds great. It sounds exciting. You seem like the right person to do it. The guy that'll throw on a necklace and some earrings and still get the girls,
Yeah.
and is geeky with
Yeah,
the
exactly.
engineer.
I'm a complete nerd. I'm an entrepreneur. I read books. I code. I program. So it's like, for me, like, it's, I don't want to sound narcissistic, but it's like, to me, it's like the best of both worlds. It's,
Yeah.
I get to enjoy the things I enjoy, my nerdy, my geeky interests, but I also get to enjoy what, like, a party boy or like the alpha male gets to enjoy. So
Yeah.
I get both of those things.
Yeah, yeah, and not looking for the one night stand necessarily.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds great. It sounds great. Well, I will leave you to it then. So
Yeah.
because you got some thinking and some recording to do.
Yeah.
Because even when you're not recording about skincare, you could be recording about Sigma males, which you
Yeah.
should be doing because, to quote from Russell Brunson, if you make a video or a recording every day for a year, you'll never have to worry about money again. So
Yeah.
I'll let you digest that. So that's what I'm doing because it would be fun to not have to worry about money ever again. And so you just record yourself going and sitting in a geeky electrical engineering class, and
Yeah.
then the next day you put on that hair care products, whatever you use to have that look of yours and whatever, just do it. And then folk will be like, dang, I want to be that guy.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for
All
this
righty. I
for
will
this
get
call.
these recordings to you to use however you see fit. I don't think I said anything inappropriate on there. I cursed, but I didn't
I
really
think
curse. And I was saying what other people say. That's okay to say.
yeah, that's what I said too. I said other guys call girls by
Yeah.
this
So
word.
yeah, we could say
But
that. We're
but
like
yeah,
the opposite of the alpha males, like defending our use of a bad word
yeah,
when they
yeah,
just say it and don't care.
yeah. Awesome. So I don't know if we need like a little pause in between, but I think we've already kind of ended the conversation. But yeah, so if you could just in your recording, is my screen like a large screen thing? Like
I don't even know how it's recording, honestly, but the screen that I think it's recording has you on one side and Novian Skincare on the other.
okay, it's like split in the middle.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Yeah, that's cool. So I could if you could like send me whatever you have recorded either by email or like Google Drive or however.
Yeah. I'll send
I
it probably
appreciate
through WeTransfer. And then it also it records the video and the audio separately too. So
Yeah.
you could just use the audio, whatever you want.
Yeah, sounds good. I'll probably just like record, like, take half the screen and post it as like a reel with like little clips and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, we'll figure that out. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. I think I got a lot out of this, and it also helped me think and learn more about how skincare manufacturing works.
All right, cool. Glad to help. Let me know if you need anything else. I'm here,
All right.
even on a Saturday.
Awesome. All right.
All
Have a good
right.
day.
Take care. Bye bye.